We all know K-pop has some of the most passionate fans on the entire planet. But what happens when that passion crosses a line? A really, really dark line. Today we're diving into one of the biggest fears for any K-pop idol, the extreme stalker fans known as sasaengs. And trust me, some of their actions are more horrifying than you can possibly imagine.
So, let's just jump right into one of the most infamous and frankly disturbing incidents in K-pop history. Back in 2009, Taekyeon from the group 2PM got this note. And get this, it wasn't written in ink. It was a letter written entirely in the fans' own menstrual blood. This one shocking, stomach-turning act is just a small taste of the terrifying reality we're about to unpack.
Yeah, an act like that, it goes way beyond fandom. It's a clear and present threat to these artists. So, who are the people behind these actions, and what on earth drives them to do these things? The term for this type of person is sasaeng. It comes from the Korean words for private and life, which is pretty spot on, because that's exactly what they do. They invade every part of an idol's private life. And what's really important to get here is that this isn't just about being an overeager fan. We are talking about crossing major lines into stalking, harassment, and straight-up criminal activity. You know, after that whole Scarlet Letter incident blew up, the fan who did it actually posted an apology. She claimed she wasn't a sasaeng, just an obsessive fan. But here's the thing. For the idols on the receiving end of this, that distinction means absolutely nothing. It doesn't matter if you call it passion or obsession. When you start crossing legal and physical boundaries, the result is the same: terror and trauma. So what does this actually look like for an idol day to day? Well, it often starts with the complete and total destruction of their personal life. 12. Take a good look at this number. What do you think it represents? 12 hit songs? 12 awards? No. It's the number of years that Kim Ja-jung, formerly of TVXQ, had to live with constant, non-stop surveillance and terror at the hands of sasaengs. 12 years. For over a decade, this was his reality. Can you even imagine getting photos sent to you of yourself sleeping or eating in your own kitchen, taken by someone who broke into your house? He once moved into a new apartment he was so excited about, one with a nice balcony, but then sasaengs rented the apartment directly across from him, turning his beautiful view into a constant reminder that he was being watched. He had to keep the blinds drawn all the time. His home was not a sanctuary, it was a prison. And this is not an isolated case, not by a long shot. Listen to this horrifying story from Hee-chu of Super Junior. He's talking about coming home to find sasaengs hiding inside his house, going through his most personal things. There is no sanctuary, no safe space for these guys.
And these invasions happen literally everywhere. Sasaengs have disguised themselves as boys to get into the men's bathroom with EXO. They've crashed intensely private family events, like the wedding of EXO member Baekhyun's brother. They break into hotel rooms while idols are asleep. And just a few years ago, a woman broke into an agency building and made unwanted physical contact with members of the group Gravity. No space is off limits.
This relentless invasion of space was bound to spill out into the public sphere. And when it did, it escalated from just psychological torment to life-threatening physical danger, a lot of the time involving vehicles.
Okay, this one is just chilling. It's like something out of a spy movie. Sasaengs rented a van that looked exactly like the one used by the group EXO. They parked it outside an event and just waited, planning to trick the members into getting inside. It was basically a kidnapping attempt in plain sight. And the only reason it didn't work was because their real manager felt something was off at the last second and stopped them.
The danger on the road is terrifyingly real. While he was in Singapore for a concert, Hee-chu got into a massive 7-car pileup. And the cause? A high-speed chase started by sasaengs. 5 of the 7 cars involved in that wreck were driven by stalkers, putting not just the idol, but every single person on that road in mortal danger. This brings us back to Kim Ja-jung. He's pretty famous for his huge collection of luxury cars, but this quote reveals the heartbreaking truth behind it all. It wasn't a hobby. It was a desperate and ultimately useless attempt to outrun and confuse the stalkers who relentlessly followed him everywhere he went.
So you can see the escalation here. It doesn't stop. It goes from invasion of privacy to dangerous car chases and then to the final step, direct, life-threatening physical assault.
In 2006, Yoonho, also of TVXQ, took a bottle of orange juice from someone he thought was a staff member. As you can see here, he took a drink and almost immediately realized something was terribly wrong. The drink was laced with superglue. He started coughing up blood and collapsed. This wasn't a prank, this was a direct attempt on his life.
And again, this was not a one-off incident. Hangang, who used to be in Super Junior, was once given a gift box. Inside wasn't a cake, but a knife, bags of blood, and poison. The group ACE had their vehicle targeted in a similar superglue attack, clearly intended to damage the car and cause a potentially fatal accident.
So while some of the physical injuries might heal, the psychological damage that comes from this kind of relentless terror, well, that can last a lifetime. Let's look at the true cost of these actions.
The trauma is profound, and it's permanent. After the poisoning attempt, Yoonho developed such a severe fear that he had to go through intense therapy just to be able to drink orange juice again. And after their van was attacked, the agency for ACE said the members were suffering from heavy psychological anxiety and fear. These are scars that just don't fade.
This quote, this just perfectly captures that feeling of utter helplessness. Heechul changed his phone number to escape the constant harassment, and literally moments after activating it, he got this text message. It sends a clear, bone-chilling message. You can't run. You can't hide. We are always watching. This all leaves us with one crucial question. When artists are facing this level of criminal harassment, are the current laws really enough? Or is it time for much more severe punishments to end this terrifying reality for good?